Before I begin, what I want to do is I want to tell you a little bit about myself, why I'm running, what I think my qualifications are. But I would be remiss if I didn't take this moment to recognize first Representative David French. He has remained as a mentor, a senior campaign advisor, and he's also graciously, I don't know if it graciously allowed or Linda told him, but Linda is my campaign treasurer, Linda French. So as we go forward and we look for a win in November, I will have David and Linda French with me the entire way. So David, thank you very much. Thank you for your service to the state. I'll try to hold your seat well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit about me. In 1984, my wife Lisa and I, she's in the back fanning herself, went to Leavenworth after we graduated from college. I went to work for Hallmark Cards as a section manager, and she went to work, for those of you who remember Harley Russell. Harley had 5 to 7 drugstores in town, and Lisa's a pharmacist, retired pharmacist, and she worked at those in the community. So over the course of the following 35 years, one stop. In 1994, I was commissioned as an ensign in the United States Navy Reserve. And then over the course of the next 36 years, Lisa and I raised our family in Lansing. 3 kids, went to Lansing High School, graduated, went to the University of Kansas, graduated, coached softball, wrestling, all that stuff that you do to give back to your community. And simply put, Lansing is my home, the Leavenworth area is our home, and that's why, one of the reasons why we're up here today. So, next part of this is, I retired from Hallmark in 2020, and then just last month, on May 16th, retired from the Navy. And the last couple of months before I retired, I had family and friends and others say, Dave, what are you going to do after the Navy? And I thought about that, and as David French and Tim Johnson and Pat Proctor and Lance Neely said, hey, what do you think about running for office? The political landscape starts to swirl around the back of your head. Okay, and so what I see is the assaults and freedoms on our freedoms that people have talked about. The first and foremost is the war on fossil fuels and the left's green agenda. We see that at the grocery store. We see that at the gas pump. I studied economics in college, and it doesn't take a wizard to figure out when you declare a war on the fossil fuel industry, it's going to affect all the rest of our economy. And that's happened. Look at the southern border. 3 million illegal immigrants have crossed the border since President Biden came into office. That is in direct correlation to the rise in human trafficking, sexual exploitation of women and children, the abhorrent rise in drug trafficking and fentanyl deaths. That's an assault on our liberties and freedoms. Look at the assaults on our Second Amendment rights. We have a constitutional right to keep and bear arms. We have on the First Amendment side, the conservative side of the House is constantly under attack for our freedom of speech. And then I think the two other ones that I'll mention that are important to me. In our school systems, I would call it the social engineering that's going on to degrade traditional family values. That's part of it. The second part of it is the attempts to obscure transparency and to kind of blur the constitutional rights that parents have when they raise their children. The last one, though, is it's the war on the rights of the unborn. And that is, to me, one of the most insidious things that is going on. Someone needs to stand and protect the rights of the unborn, because when the government tries to push and normalize things like late-term abortion and dismemberment, there's something really sick in the society. So those are the things, when someone asks me, and Dave, would you consider, those are the things that are important to me. Okay, so the last part of this is, Dave, why are you qualified? And I'm not going to recap. I'm not going to recap all this, but I do have 36 years of experience in Hallmark Cards. Started out as a section manager. I worked in the Leavenworth plant and select products for about 22 years, so I know the community. I work with a lot of people in the community. I spent 10 years at corporate, but Leavenworth and Hallmark is a big part of my business background. On the Navy side, I've sworn an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States 6 times, from ensign all the way up to captain. And as a sailor, you live by the Navy Creed, you live by the Navy's core values, which are honor, courage, and commitment. And the final part of my Navy side of it is, as a commanding officer, my command philosophy was complete the mission, take care of your people, and develop professionals. I intend to use a philosophy like that as a state representative, understand the mission, and take care of the people in the 40th district. And that's what I intend to do. So as I close, a couple of things that we need. One, we need to win first, and to do that I need votes. So I could use help getting the vote out, not only for the primary, but for the election in November. And then the last part of that is Tommy Morford is my campaign manager. She's sitting in the back fanning herself, and she's smiling right now. We need help knocking on doors, putting signs in yards, and fundraising. So if you can help with any of those things, please see Tommy. Tommy has schooled me very well on what the candidate does and what the manager does. So did I get that right, Tommy? I got it right. Okay. And then the last thing that I will say, if you need to see or hear or read more about me, go to Buehler4Kansas.com, Buehler, the number 4Kansas.com, and it's all there. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.